Hello YouTube and welcome to another weekly painting update video. Now, as you might see at my desk, a lot has been changed. The night has been finished and you can find them on my website, my blog page. And there's a whole lot of non-chaos stuff on there. So what happened? Well, let me tell you the big news. What big news? I'm in the Analogue Hobbies Painting Challenge 8 this year. I was on the reserve list, and Monday I've got a mail from the organizer Kurt to say that I was in because someone dropped out. Someone I know actually, so that's fun. And I set myself a goal of 750 points. Now you can find everything about the competition at thepaintingchallenge.blogspot.com, and there you can see how it all works. If I remember, when I'll type the little thingy down here on the video, I'll put a link in it, but no guarantees on that. So the paintingchallenge.blogspot.com or .be or .co.uk, I don't know, I just work with the extensions on a blogger these days. But as a result, I'm going to paint a whole lot from all over the place, because I've been saving up my Kickstarters, for example, for this, but I was too late to register, and that's why I ended on the reserve list. Now the rules say you can assemble and prime your models already, but nothing can be painted. So of all the things on my discs, neither the Hellbrute nor the Seekers or Lucius or the Raptors will be viable candidates, but all the rest that I paint up will be entered into the challenge. I hate to call it a competition, because for me it's all fun and games and not really to win-win. So that means that everything else, including all the things I've been assembling, can be painted up and used in the competition. So I'm going to do a little overrun what I've got standing on the desk at the moment, which is quite a lot, and yet when all that's painted I think I'm like 1/3 of my goal, because, like, for example, a 28mm figure is 5 points when finished, so for 750 points total you need to paint 150 28mm or 30mm, you know, the Games Workshop size infantry models, so that's quite a heap. You can win things by coming to the 500, 1000, 1500, 2000 marks of painted points, and then you go into a draw, and there are some separate categories as well as side challenges that give you extra points. So it's a fun thing to do, and I wanted to enter, well, basically since I've started wargaming again, because I saw it often pass on regular blogs I visit, like Race and Big Lee's, people I've met actually at Salute years ago, and been following them ever since on Facebook and blog pages, and I even play a soccer game with Ray at times. Well, one of those Facebook games, nothing important. But well, let's see what we've still got working on. The Hellbrute and the Seekers. Well, I am going to try and finish all the important stuff, or whatever you like to call it, 40k wise things that need to be ready for the big battle, like Lucius, first, even though I would have 2 months after the challenge to still finish him, but then it gets out of the way. But other things I've got lying around from the Kickstarter, on which I did an unboxing of the Alpine Gnomes. I'm going to start by painting up the Crossbow Regiment and the Wizard first, just because they're cute models. And then I've got my 10mm Lancer English Civil War models, also something I saved up for the challenge. And I've assembled the 1st Infantry Regiment, so it's pike and shot, so you get 16 handgunners and 12 pikemen with command, a cannon, and a regiment of 16 cuirassiers already. So I've already assembled them. I've got a heap more, but they're going into the challenge. Then on the chaos front I still have those Noise Marines, the Raging Heroes, Lily Griffs standing around, as well as a huge mob of 20 cultists. So, like, for example, if I paint the whole cultist regiment, it would be 100 points, just to give you an idea how it works. Then I've got still the chaos characters, the Terminator Sorcerer and the Lord in Power Armor, as well as the regiment of Chosen and the Demonettes. So they were there last week as well. Also something new, they arrived earlier this week, is from my Kickstarter for Tombstone. You could pick a free model, and I picked a pirate girl just because I thought it was a pretty model, not really any target to play with her, just to well, paint her up, because well, I really love the model. Then I'm also going for the Old Empire General, because if you follow my blog, the goal for next year is to get 4,000 points of Empire on the table at the TSA Age of Sigmar Big Battle. So I'll probably start painting steam tanks soon as well. And then this is something really old. I found it in my bits box. It's a Curtis Changzhou chariot with noble firing bow. I believe they're now on their first core, but I still had them lying around from, I actually don't know why. I think it must have been something from ages ago that I once bought it. But I've been watching together with Nashi the Marco Polo series, and I just want to paint something Chinese. Then for my American Civil War force, I'm going to finally paint my commander for my second corps, being Hancock, of course. And well, those are about the new entries I've got lying around. I'm also gonna dust up a whole heap of my 6mm for my Emperor's Children and all that sort of things. There's a special bonus team Fly. I've still got a 15mm Evil Dwarf Griffin. I got to look where you're somewhere around, but all that kind of stuff I'm going to paint for the competition. My Blood Bowl team. So it's gonna be a huge variety of stuff I'm going to do for it. Because I find this sort of things, it motivates to tie up odds and ends, or begin odds and ends which need tying up later, knowing me, but well, you get the idea. So definitely take a look at the painting competition, and I'll see you next week with well, I estimate some shuffling going around here and some things hopefully getting finished. So till next week, bye bye, and now I am going to do an undercoat marathon. Cheers.